make sure you're subscribed to Jerk Crispy.
Alright, what's up, y'all? Show some looked at the most. Jerk Crispy, we're back in that video. Movie that every black person must watch. It's by the, I don't even know, I'm gonna call you an E. What he trying to be. For all my new viewers, welcome to the channel. It's your host, the most dad's most Jerk Crispy. And sure, you will do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend or family that your boy Jerk Crispy on his way. We're on the road to 500. Let's do it.
And it's only right that we start off with Friday. Now, anyone that's black, scratch that. Anyone that has some degree of melanin has definitely watched this. Even if you haven't, you've at least seen this. Damn! To be honest, the movie has a lot of iconic quotes. And if I could, I would play them all. But I can't. Friday is more or less a day in the life of the unemployed. I'm being so serious.
Friday is my favorite movie. Hands down, my favorite movie. To sit back and always watch. Because it's always something you can always relate about.
Craig and Smokey are jobless bums. They do not have to clock in tomorrow. True say Smokey's a drug dealer, so do with that as you will. You may also know Debo. He's quite a well-known character. One thing you should know about Debo: no one messes with Debo. He's the type of guy that you tuck your chain around, otherwise it's finna get took. Debo's the strongest guy in the hood, so naturally he gets away with everything. If he borrows your back, that back is no longer yours. If he tells you to rob a house, get ready for a criminal record. He even has his own theme. I'm playing it right now. Bottom line is, don't mess with Debo. Besides all the jobless activity, the main plot of the film is that Smokey owes a guy called Big Worm $200. Him and Craig have to get the bread by 10 PM, otherwise they're both dead. Craig is broke as a joke, and Smokey is a fiend for the Cali. Brother is billing up all the weed he's meant to be selling. Craig tried asking his girl for the money, but she saw Felicia, the local crackhead, and thought he was cheating. Smokey tried to steal the money from Debo, because when they robbed the house earlier, he found $200. But this time, a different crackhead came and ruined the motion. 10 PM came round, and them boys had nothing but zeros before the ones. So the ops came through and let it off. And I swear, Friday is one of the few movies that can make a drive-by funny. The two of them survive, barely, and spin back to their mains just in time to see Debo turn into a wife beater. Craig pulls out the mic, but remembers that his dad told him a real man doesn't fire with a gun. So he used a brick instead. And Debo isn't human, because no way he's still standing after eating that. Brother, I would have been on 1 HP. Craig gives Debo the final blow, pause, and has him down for the count.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
And that's how their Friday went. Boys in the hood. This?
A life lesson about boys in the hood, bro. Modern day stuff. Dudes beefing with other people on the other side and stuff like that. One of your partners get caught up, shot up, down. Now you end up burying it, man. Basically. But this movie taught me that Doughboy, this Doughboy right here, right? His mama never loved him like how she loved Ricky. She knew Ricky was gonna be the prize section to get her out the hood and stuff like that. So then Ricky allegedly dies, got shot up, allegedly dies. Doughboy spun back the block, killed the dudes who killed his brothers, and basically they say this is a timeline of Friday, basically. And this dude go off to the military, find out the girl that he was messing with, name was Debris. He ended up going, messing with her the whole time.
Is Culture. It's a coming of age film that follows the lives of 3 boys in the hood, hence the title. We got Trey, Ricky, and his half brother, Darren, aka Doughboy. At the start of the film, Trey got into a fight at school, and his mother decided it would be best for him to live with his father, since she can't teach him how to be a man. Furious was telling his son that he's different from the other kids in the neighborhood, because unlike them, he actually knows his dad, and in a few years' time, he's gonna see what difference that makes. 7 years go by, and everyone is going down their own paths in life. Trey's trying to maintain a relationship while still learning what it means to be a man. Ricky's trying to go to the league, but also has a son to look after. And Doughboy is just trying to stay out of jail. Before the time skip, him and Lil Chris went souls after they got done for for robbing a store. Besides being a good father, Furious is an educated man who wanted better for his people and was tired of the violence in the community. It was this same violence that ultimately led to Ricky's death. The man them were chilling on the mains one night and Ricky got bars by a GM for no reason. He spoke up whilst Doughboy flexed the iron. Nothing went down that night, but a couple days later, they caught him lacking. Ricky wasn't even gang affiliated, so these men smoked a civilian just for speaking up. The saddest part is, a few days after his death, he got awarded a scholarship for college. He could have made it out. Doughboy slides for his brother the same day he got shot, but it didn't change the fact that he was gone. And in the end, they got him too. Paid in Full. This is a film about making bread. Yeah, that's it. Just like Friday, Paid in Full is one of those films that you can't really dodge. It's a rags to riches story of how Ace Boogie went from delivering dry cleaning to becoming one of the 3 kings of Harlem alongside Money Mitch and Rico. No glaze, yeah, no glaze. But Mitch was really that guy. He had the cars, the drip, the motion. The streets loved him for real. Now Rico was a loose cannon. He will straight up send you to the afterlife if you look at him the wrong way. The only reason he got put into the drug game was because he backed it when Mitch went cells. Ace low-key didn't mess with Rico but was like, F it, we boo. One thing you should know about the game is that it doesn't stop. There's only 3 ways to get out: jail, death, or go broke. Ace got set up by a guy called Calvin who was running the coke game in Harlem before he went pen. Ace tried to put him back on by giving him a corner when he came out, but he wasn't happy with it. Calvin ended up robbing Ace and having one of his goons shoot him in the head. Boogie miraculously survives and says he's done, but Rico wasn't trying to hear all that.
Hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
What?
Right.
Nah, he's not real. He's really saying all this.
So this would the clip go. Soon as he would have said that, I would have straight rack up all my money that I ever had got. Would have found the boys who took my money, got my money back, and then I would have moved out. I would have left all my clothes and would have bought new clothes and live a new life. I swear that's what I would have did and pay in full.
Of health. Ace tells Mitch there's no love in the game and he replies with,
"See, man, a nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man."
Damn, that's some real ish right there. It's a shame Rico smoked him 2 days later though. Hate it or love it, the game's the game. The film ends with Ace getting out of the game for good and setting up Rico after realizing he's the one that killed Mitch. Now imagine if Paid in Full was a heist film with a female cast. It would probably look like Set It Off, similar to Paid in Full, but different. This is a movie about black women getting paid. We love to see it. 4 women rob various banks with each job riskier than the last. But this isn't just aimless robbery, every one of them has a different reason for doing so. I'll start with Frankie cause she's kind of the leader of the group, and she's also the one who proposed the idea. At one point she was working in a bank herself until it got robbed by a couple guys from her hood. The police thought Frankie was working with them and subsequently she got fired by her boss. Next up we got Stoney, who was played by Jada Entanglement Smith. Her brother recently died at the hands of 12 after being mistaken for one of their bank robbers. So I guess robbing banks was kind of her way of saying F the government, F the system, and most importantly, the police. We also have Tashorn. Now there's a bit of law to her. For starters, she's a single mother. The baby daddy is nowhere to be seen, found, or heard. That brother is gone. She works as a cleaner. As a matter of fact, they all do. Their boss started docking her pay, meaning she can no longer afford a babysitter. Tashorn was out of options and ended up bringing her child to work. Being that they're cleaners, they deal with chemicals like bleach and whatnot, so it's only natural that he ended up in the hospital. Child Protection Services were saying she has to prove in court that she can take care of the youth. In other words, she needs that bread. Now as for Cleo, she's just about that life. Boom, boom. First heist.
Yep.
Frankie, Stoney, and Cleo.
I think one of the girls was having messed with an older man and stuff, was getting money from him or something like that. One of those girls was doing that, and then she ended up killing that dude or something like that. Dude died or he caught a heart attack. Something happened in the movie. But they saying the whole time, girls set up I think one of the girls set it up. It's how they all got messed over and stuff like that, and the girl ended up leaving with the money.
Sean was hitting the jets. She is not about that life. Frankie grabs the money whilst Cleo and Stoney were doing crowd control. When all was said and done, they ran to the car and drove off. Not gonna lie, they made this ish look easy. What the fudge? They were in and out in 60 seconds, scoring 12 bags. Second heist. Same procedure. Frankie grabs the bread whilst the rest are on crowd control. Disguises could have been better, but that's neither here nor there. Feds were outside the bank. Not for them, but for some drunk guy. So when it was time to escape, Cleo decided to... and they get away with it. 0 stars when they left the bank. No chase or
Right.
nothing. They get back to the safe house and count up the money.
296,000 Stony and counting. Woo! So what's that? 75,000 apiece.
It's actually 74,000, but you know what? I'ma let it slide. Why? Because black is beautiful.
Right.
Whenever the main characters are way too happy, you just know the movie isn't gonna end well. The final heist. Before I get into this, I should mention they practically lost all the money from the previous job. They hid the cash in the event, but their employer, this guy, found it and spent it all. So they're basically broke again. For the final heist, they just had to go big or go home and hit up the biggest bank in the area. Cleo blinds the guard and slams his dome on the wall. He is asleep. Tishon wastes no time and goes straight for the money. She fills the bag and they all walk to the exit. But feds pull up at the last second and do their job for once. Wow, it only took them like 3 heists. They were about to surrender, but from out of nowhere, Tishon gets blammed. I promise you, this guy did not exist earlier. They managed to exit the bank with the money, but at what cost? Tishon is dead and they got 5 stars now. It's only a matter of time before they join her. They tried evading the police but got cornered in a tunnel. Cleo tells Stoney and Frankie to hop out the car before driving through a blockade and going out guns blazing like Scarface. Frankie tried to escape on foot, but she also got shot down. And in the end, Stoney was the only one who made it out alive. She managed to escape to another country with her share of the money. They never say how much she made it out with, but we can assume it was more than the last job. And that's all I got for today's video. Wait, but before you start typing though, before you start commenting,
that's
where's
what I
Menace to
said.
Society, where's G's, where's blah.
That Day Suit is a good movie, but the downside of Menace to Society, bro, how the way that boy Kane got messed over, bro. Kane got messed over too bad. And Juice, aka the dude who was playing Bishop, aka Tupac, did his partners wrong over a gun and stuff like that. Even though I think one of their partners got shot by somebody else and he finally got a gun and he started shooting back, something like that. But both of these are great movies, a life lesson learned movies. So yeah, this movie taught me not to trust any female, and like that guy, like baby daddy's problem. Like they got a baby daddy in the pen, and like the only reason how he got messed over because he wanted to be a dumbass, wanted to go talk to the baby dad in jail, talk about, yeah, I'm hitting your girl, blah 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 blah. The baby daddy got mad, you know, he got tendered, and then he got shot up. Come to find out in the other end of the story, when this dude was gone, the kid is not really his kid in the beginning. Homeboy ended up messing with the girl the whole time in another movie. In this movie, basically, I wanted to say he made it out. He died. I think he died. They all died. He made it out and changed his life around, and that's why we had got pulled to justice. That's what my theory was, you know, connecting, if you were trying to connect movies and stuff. He got back after that, boom, 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 something like that. But the dude from TikTok that I know that was explaining the whole movie about that. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for social media. They pop on the screen. 1 over 500. And I'm out.